What's going on, y'all? I'm Brady, and welcome to Brady's Book Nook. So today we have the finale, Day 7, the coup de grace to C.S. Lewis's masterpiece, The Chronicles of Narnia. That's Book 7, The Last Battle. So this is the send-off. This is the farewell letter to the Narnia that I've become to know and love over the last week. And like I said, this is very bittersweet for me because this is something that I didn't grow up with. And this last week, I feel like I lived a lifetime just reading each one of these a day and kind of consuming these stories that people grew up with. And somehow, even as an adult reading these, I've come to grow and love these characters and love these stories and really just kind of become immersed. And somehow it feels like these are stories I did grow up with. Even though, like I said, I didn't read them growing up. I only watched the first movie, but I feel like these are all just kind of burned into me, which, like I said, I'll get into in a little bit as to why. And I have the utmost respect for C.S. Lewis in this regard. So, like I said, it is his magnum opus. This is his penultimate book. It brings everything in, it ties everything together, and it is the bow on top. His last two books have blown me away. I'm truly and utterly baffled with this, dealing with a lot of my emotions right now. So we'll see how this goes. So like I said, this story follows an ape by the name of Shift, who is pretty clever and wants to become more powerful than he is. He wants to rise above his station, which is just kind of being a bully to this donkey named Puzzle. So he finds a skinned lion, and he takes the lion skin and makes Puzzle wear it. And he convinces people that this is Aslan, and that he is the voice of Aslan, and that they all should do his bidding. And then it follows King Tyrion, who hears about this and all the injustice that Shift is making the people of Narnia do. And it's him going to fight and stop Shift. So, like I said, that's kind of the plot. And it brings in everyone. Like, this is all the characters we've come to know and love are pushed in. And it doesn't feel forced. Like I said, this feels very natural. It feels like a foregone conclusion. Like, you know these people have to be here for this last battle. So, like I said, throughout it, you get to see the characters you know and love. And so the two people it brings in quite early are Eustace and Jill. So, I was hyped to see Eustace, and I feel like Eustace was in his form from Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I feel like he had a lot of the personality that was not brought into the Silver Chair, which I was really glad to see. So he kind of sparked his love for me again. And so like I said, Eustace, top 3 characters in the series, no doubt. You got Eustace, you got Diggory, and you have Reepicheep. Those 3 have my heart and have my soul when it comes to this book and this Chronicles of Narnia. So, like I said, it brings Jill and Eustace in pretty early on, and like I said, you'll get to see the rest of the cast and crew. And honestly, the messages, the conflict that goes on, a lot of these different pullings back and forth, it is excellent. It really is. And without giving too much away, I'm just baffled. I'm still trying to process a lot of it. It was the send-off that the series needed. And truly, like, the ending is still quite a shock. Like, I did not know that this was how it ended. And it's one of those things that I feel like I should have known was coming, because I knew, like, this is a biblical allegory. These are stories that are kind of told so that children can understand these dense Bible stories. And I'm amazed by C.S. Lewis's ability to relay that information into these digestible chunks. Because like I said, currently I've kind of sparked my little brother in my reading of these. So he is also reading the Chronicles of Narnia, and he's loving them. So like I said, it's amazing to me that it doesn't matter what age you are. If you haven't read these, there's something that you can jump in and out to. You'll pick up things at different ages, and it's just, all in all, it's wonderful. The ending is such a satisfying conclusion, and it's sad and heartwarming all at the same time. Like, I'm devastated, but I just can't really express how grateful I am that I finally got around to reading these. Like I said, I know this video is probably dog shit. It really is. But like I said, guys, this has been, I'm amazed to, after all these years, to finally get to see it. And I feel like, I may have said this already, but I feel like these are stories that even though I didn't grow up with, that I did. And it is truly the magic of this series, is that kind of sparks a childlike wonder in you at any age. And it's one that I cannot recommend enough. And like I said, this is a bittersweet, you know, like I've spent this last week consuming books that people have loved and reread tons and tons of times growing up. And to see it come to an end is sad. You know, it's one of these big things, like these big cornerstones in your life that I've burnt through in a week, and I feel like they've gone on my whole life. And like I said, so it was quite the experience to get to read these, and I'm grateful to C.S. Lewis and his work. So like I said, guys, if you haven't read Chronicles of Narnia, I promise there's going to be something in this series for you. And it was a immense pleasure doing this. It was definitely a challenge at times, kind of getting these done while you're working and you have other obligations going on outside work and just maintaining social lives and stuff. Like, it was tough, but it was well worth it. And it's something that everybody at some point in their life should read. They should sit down and churn these out in a quick fashion, because man, they are every bit of worth it. So like I said, that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you in the next video. And until next time, stay reading, y'all.